Hello everyone, come to Hihi Manga YouTube channel. Today I would like to introduce a series with beautiful style and not to be missed misplaced relations. Lily initially wanted to let his rich second-generation roommate sleep with him while drunk. Try to earn some money to help your family. But before this attempt can be made, his roommate's brother Yen Van caught him and took pictures for evidence, warning him to stay away from his younger brother. He thought Yen Van hated him, but it was Yen Van who came to him when he was desperate. A support contract changed their relationship from then on. After the party, when the laughter gradually subsided, a voice said, "Lily, you take good care of Ate." The girl smiled, waved her hand and said, "Goodbye, we're going first. Let's face it, this guy is drunk." "You think you're drunk? You think you're drunk? Can you do that?" The boy in the bed is named Yen Tae Funi Dai student, Lily's roommate. Lily is thinking, although Yen Tae is a peach flower, but never treated his girlfriend, parting fee for very generous. Right now he's drunk, it's normal to mess around. After this if he's feeling shy, at the most, he'll change the dorm. Yen Tae was very generous with his girlfriend, broke up and had 50,000 parting fee. "If only I could, at least $50,000 could keep us going for half a year," and then immediately thought of a plan. He decided to take the opportunity to make Yen C drunk. When he is unconscious, Li decides to sleep with him. Since Yen Tae is a straight son, Li decided to ask him to directly send her the breakup or gagging fee. "My father's half-year's medical bills are all due to this." The face of the lion appears a bit. Next, Li touched Yen Tae with his hand and slowly pulled it down. Suddenly, someone's voice is calling out, "What are you doing? Hold up your hand." This guy is Yen Van, famous lawyer, the leader in the industry. Yen Tae's brother. Li immediately stood up and explained, "I just saw that he was sweating a lot, so I helped him take off his clothes." However, Yen Van did not believe it and thought that Li intended to play a dirty game with her brother. Li is worried that Yan will go to court. A little bit of a mouthful, "You have to take your pants off." "My pants are wet too." "Do you have any idea how many years you've been punished for lewdness?" "I don't want to fuck him, I just want to sleep with him." Yan Wen said the rape charge was more serious. "I didn't sleep with him. To let him sleep me." Atet was very generous to everyone. He insisted that he would feel ashamed and then give me a compensation. "I'm sorry, I really just need the money. I'm not gonna rape him. I can't do it." "You are a boy, you can do it." And then, suddenly, Noah's hand was upon him. "In my opinion, we should go to the police." Li panicked, saying, "I really can't do it, please believe me." "What's the matter?" "I can't get caught. If I'm caught, my parents won't take care of me." Li lowered his face to say that because I have a defective genitals, it is difficult to salute the flag. Ian wanted to prove it to him. Li bowed his head and hoped that Yan Wen could forgive him, but Yan Wen said that he could not allow the person who intended to violate his brother to do so. And the old man said, "Take off your hands." "Fear, slowly take it off. You're such a slut, and you're wearing women's underwear, especially instead to increase your odds of success. The Lord has not yet given up on the sinner's sin and has called for him to continue." He said he didn't lie to the Jews, and he said, "Let's see. If so, then you are guilty of conspiracy." Yen Van took out her phone to take a picture of the evidence. If Lily later thought like that, they would meet in court. "Starting today, don't approach my brother intentionally, keep your distance from him." And then Ian stood up. I wonder if his actions would have made Jen feel so bad. Suddenly, Jane raised her hand to Liam's. "But, don't even think about calling me. I'm not interested in someone like you." The next day at the dormitory, "Xiu Tao, are you avoiding me?" Yen Tae calls Lily by this nickname, originating from the homophony between Li and Lily. "Didn't sit with me in class, didn't wait for me to eat." Lily replied, "No, why am I avoiding you? It's just a coincidence." Yen Tae gently pushed Lily with his hand and asked, "Are you free now?" "I'll tell you, these past few days I've been chasing the beauty queen of the music department, Deep CA. You must help me." I gave her a gift, but she didn't accept it and kept her distance from me. She's not like other girls. I begged as hard as I could before she agreed to have dinner with me, but each party had to bring a friend. After that, Yen Tae gave the phone to Lily, asking for help answering the message. "Please answer the message for me, I'll go take a shower first." Wow, so many unread messages. All of them are beautiful female avatars, Lily exclaimed when looking at Yen Tae's phone. Suddenly, Lily seemed to discover something on the phone. Is Yen Van's message to Yen Tae. Lily's expression began to tense, staring at Yen Tae's phone. Lily used his hand to enlarge the phone screen. And remember Yen Van once said, "Why is it all about work?" Lily put his hand on his chin and stared intently at the phone. The next day, at the meeting, Yen Tae introduced, "This is a low concentration wine, quite sweet. Everyone, do you want to try it?" The girl at the table replied, "My house is strictly controlled, no drinking allowed." Another girl accidentally spilled a glass of wine on herself and said, "Oh. Sorry, I wasn't careful." The long-haired girl asked Lily to lead the girl who spilled wine to the bathroom. This is my first time coming here for Hunam. I don't know where the bathroom is. Can I ask Lily to take her there? Yen Tae said uneasily, maybe I'm going because I'm quite familiar. It's also Tu Tao's first time here. But the long-haired girl stopped her, saying, just let the two of them go. Just now, Hunam also told me that he wanted to find a chance to get to know his other classmate a little more. I feel like they fit quite well. But Yen Tae angrily replied that they were not compatible at all. Tu Tao doesn't want to fall in love, don't think about him anymore. Lily saw Yen Van and wondered, why is he here? Lily said hello to Yen Van, but Yen Van didn't care and walked by as if he didn't know him. Lily was stunned. Does he hate me that much? The girl from before came out and apologized profusely and said, sorry for making you wait for so long. I wanted to try to see if I could use a hand dryer to dry my clothes. Lily said okay, let's go home. Lily gave the shirt to the girl. You put this on first, the girl said. Thank you to Lily. Yen Van's eyes were staring at Lily. Yen Tae noticed that Lily was no longer wearing a jacket. Is it cold without a coat? Here, with the air conditioner on, Lily said he wasn't cold. Yen Tae immediately took off his jacket and put it on Lily. You wear mine, my undershirt is long-sleeved. Yen Tae smiled with satisfaction and said, it's quite suitable. But the long-haired girl noticed that Yen Tae's jacket was so baggy on him, it didn't fit anywhere. The waiter came over and asked to change the beef to another piece because the beef was cold. Lily saw that the beef was very expensive, so he didn't need to change it and still felt satisfied. But Yen Tae voluntarily spent money to exchange, fearing that if the beef slices were cold, it could cause Lily's stomach upset. The long-haired girl saw this very happily and said, you're very nice to your roommate. Yen Tae hugged Lily and replied, he is not only my roommate, he is also my best friend. Lily was eating when he heard a voice calling, Ate. Yen Tae was surprised to see that Yen Van was also here. Yen Van replied that he was eating with a customer. Lily bowed her head and continued eating. Yen Van still looked at Lily with that look. Yen Tae introduced to Yen Van, that's right, let me introduce you a bit. These two are friends I've known not long ago. This is Tu Tao, do you remember? I used to take him home. Tu Tao, call me quickly. Lily looked tense and called out, brother. Yen Van said that he had to go first, so Yen Tae could just write him the bill. Yen Tae was happy and said, okay, thank you my dear brother. Yen Van turned his head to look at Lily. Lily thought, does this person even know how to laugh? Besides, smiling is so beautiful. Few days later, you go play football with me, it's so boring, Tu Tao. Lily expressed surprise, aren't you pursuing deep CA? Why haven't I seen you go out on dates these past few days? Lily emphasized to Yen Tae to let go and not prevent him from playing games to make money. Yen Tae shook his head and said he was no longer pursuing. She always helps you find me to ask for your WeChat. Is it Tran Hunam? My coat is still at her place, she's probably trying to return it to me. You even know her name, it's not like you've actually seen her. You think everyone is like you. That's right, she asked Deep CA to send it back to me, but I threw it away. Lily immediately said, why did you throw my jacket away when I was fine? Haven't I also worn the jacket on you? Why don't you throw it away? Why do you still wear it every day? Next time, don't do that again, otherwise I'll be really angry. Lily said that Yen Tae's action of throwing away his shirt was crazy. Lee Chi-ban, Lily's dormitory roommate, looked at Lily. Young Master Yen's birthday is coming soon, right? Are you planning on bringing this thick face to participate? Lily turned around and said, I know you are jealous because of the good relationship between me and Yen Tae. Say whatever you want, I don't care. At least you can prove Yen's eyes. It's not bad, he won't make friends with someone like you. Lee Chi-ban was angry and said, you wait there. Lily thought that what Lee Chi-ban said was not wrong. Yen Tae's 20th birthday, what gift should I give her? There's less than 2,000 yuan left in my account, so I have to keep some for living expenses. When you get home from vacation, you still have to spend some time with your family. Yen Tae usually cares about you a lot, so his gifts shouldn't be too cheap. Someone texted Lily asking if he needed a part-time job. Later at a pub, Lily thought to herself, part-time baristas can earn high hourly wages, and the working hours are also short. This can be the fastest way to save money to buy a birthday gift for Yen Tae. A guest asked curiously, why have I never seen you before? Lily said he only comes to work occasionally. Then, that guest grabbed Lily's hand. That customer complimented Lily's beautiful fingers and said, actually, before that I never thought I would be interested in men, but after meeting you, I was moved. Maybe we can go one step further, are you willing to stay with me for one night? I can guarantee, tonight is absolutely amazing, I'm very confident with myself. But Lily refused. Lily still firmly refused to agree even though the guest pleaded and promised to give all the money on him. The angry customer shouted, I've spent a lot of money on you tonight, you can't take exception to me like that. Lily still insisted, sir, it was your choice, no one forced you. He was angry and slammed his hand on the table. He said, You seduced me first, but now you're denying it. I feel like you haven't served me well enough. While Lily doesn't know how to handle this guest, Yen Van silenced the nearby glass of wine and said, well, letting him cause a ruckus will affect others. Lily was surprised when Yen Van appeared in this place. Lily felt unsightly when Yen Van appeared. Clearly Lily had developed a thick enough facial skin. Why did he still feel unsightly in front of him? The guest still did not let Lily go and force Lily to drink a glass of wine to atone for his crime. Lily did not hesitate and agreed immediately. However, the cup is gradually running out, and to make amends is not sincere enough. He quickly brewed another cup and said, please wait a moment. At bars, alcohol once out of sight is usually not allowed to be freely consumed. I think I don't understand why. Then Lily started mixing. Lily admitted his mistake to the guest, but the guest asked Lily to drink alcohol. Lily thought to himself, today he's wearing makeup like that, Yen Van probably won't recognize him. Lily's fearful eyes were still looking at Yen Van. After that, Lily and the other guest drank wine. Lily said, okay, please feel free. However, the guest still wanted to sit there to watch Lily. At the end of the day, Lily happily received his salary from the bar owner and thanked him. Lily began to feel uncomfortable, her heart beat very fast, her body felt hot, and her throat was also very dry. That guest was still standing there waiting for Lily to finish work. We met again. Lily felt uncomfortable when meeting that guest again. What did he do? Lily asked the guest, when did you put the medicine in the glass of wine? He said that he had put drugs in his glass since drinking alcohol. He reminded Lily that you're still very young, don't be nervous, and that it's a good thing that can make you happy. Lily felt the effects of the medicine were starting to take effect, and her limbs no longer had the strength to run. The other guest came closer and hugged Lily. He was so fragrant, it really made me crazy about him. But it only made Lily feel nauseous. Lily said, actually, I want the best for you. I have AIDS, am a carrier, will be infected. The guest laughed heartily and said that's a coincidence. Me too. Lily started to panic, don't do it. That guest guessed that Lily was lying. Lily helplessly shouted, save my life. Save me. The guest continued to hold Lily's hand and drag him to the bathroom because he couldn't get into the hotel in time. Lily shouted in vain, let me go. Lily collided with a man. Tried to pull that man's sleeve. Please help me. I don't know him. When I looked up, it was Yen Van. Why do you let him see you in such a pathetic state? The guest forcefully pulled Lily into the bathroom. Lily now opened his mouth to beg Yen Van, please help me.